Shall we play a game?
There we go. Got the mix back on. That last little bit probably deafened you. It is time. Welcome to Sodor. It's been a while. Hello, Carter. I have been waiting for you, specifically. You've been hanging out for this for a very long time. What you see in front of you is the Island of Sodor, nestled between UK mainland and, I can only assume, France. But anyway, this is it. Do you want to see trains? I'm sure you do. Or I could just sit here and make you listen to the music for the next 10 minutes. But I won't. Hello, David Smith, Gabs Photography, Carter Asher, Lord Vectron, Hawks, Rob Powell, Richie Rail, Jonathan Azamaya. I think Hawks we've covered. Anybody I missed? Gary. Hello, Gary. I think that's about everybody, I think. The ones that are chatting anyway. I think we should probably get on with this, shouldn't we? Or you're going to shoot me. Shall we do the opening tutorial? I think so. No. Let's start up here somewhere. Vickerstown, that's what I want. And let's run a service. Not explore. I'm not doing this right. There, that's what I want. Okay, Gordon. We're going to start with Gordon. And we're going to start in Vickerstown. And we're going to go Vickerstown to Knapford, 7:25 in the morning. That sounds pretty good. Weather-wise, hey, look at that. It defaults to custom. Perfect. That'll do. Let's go. Gordon. Hello, Matt. Sorry. Richie says it's Ireland. Yeah, I suppose it would be, wouldn't it? All right. You're desperately going to want to have a look, aren't you? All right. I am running the standard control setup. I am running the standard HUD. I recommend you stick with the standard HUD for now. Hello, Gordon. Gordon always looks slightly stoned, but that's okay. Is the game volume good enough for you guys? I'm just going to turn it down a bit. It was down quite low for you. I turned it up for me. What a wally. All right, I'll turn it down for me because I don't need to hear it because I've got 9 hours of gameplay in. Wait until 7:30, so that looks familiar. Welcome to Vickerstown. There's a certain irony of a bloke that's basically a vicar making a place called Vickerstown. All right, shall we watch him depart? I think we should watch him part. And we better actually make it go the right way, huh? There we go. Come on, Gordo. You can do it. You all thought I'd start with Thomas, didn't you? No. For those of you who are subscribed to my channel with notifications turned on, or you're in my Discord with notifications turned on, right about now, about 30 videos just went live about this, funnily enough. I played it on the Steam Deck this evening. I think I'm going too fast, but I don't really care. That's okay. I played it on the Steam Deck this evening, and I'm quite happy with the way it ran on the Steam Deck. It hadn't actually offered as a Steam Deck install prior to tonight, so it's finally up. That means we've got the real build, which is cool. Rob says, why start with Thomas when you can start with the proudest of them all? Of course. Now, as we get into it, you can see the depth of field is quite low. I have been whining about this for... oops, let's just stay for the gates. Stay for the gates. Where are the gates? Where are the gates? Where are the gates? We've got to see the gates. There they go. Gotta love a gate. But anyway, I have been whining about this non-stop for the last couple of weeks, and I'm promised it will be addressed. The depth of field will be increased. So, we'll see. It actually looks fantastic on the Steam Deck, I have to admit. On the tiny screen, the depth of field is perfect, but on the PC, it's a little thin for me. Now, this is going live for pretty much everybody now, so Steam will be in a few hours, but the consoles, you should be able to be downloading this right now. So, starting with signals, these are distant signals. They tell you what the next signal is saying. So if that one's a proceed, which is 45 degrees, or stop, then that tells you the next one will be as well. These red ones, these ones you can spad. If you go through them, you'll have a hard time. A bit like Train Sim World. Is this Henry's Tunnel? Might be. I don't love the signals coming out of this tunnel, to be honest with you. Now, back like the old Train Sim World, you get chucked into the cab when you come through a tunnel. But that's okay. Carter says it looks like King's Cross, Jordan Meyer, loud and clear. Aaron, hello. Jonathan says Express coming through. Lord Vectron coming. Here comes the Discord pings for the YouTube uploads. Yeah, there's quite a few. I've been hard at work. And he says, ping is going up as we speak. Carter said, can you recreate Thomas and Gordon? Yes, you can. You can do whatever you want. Now, there is a restriction around what's called Explore, which for the Train Sim World player is called Free Roam, but in this game it's called Explore. The restriction is it's like Train Sim World in that you do have to spawn whole consists. But what you can do is spawn whatever consists you want, and then uncouple the engines and delete them, or uncouple them and move them, and do whatever you want, so that'll be fine. We're coming up to the first station, 3 miles away. You don't have to hold your finger down on the buttons all the time. Now, in the default way, backwards and forwards is these two, and accelerating and braking, right trigger, accelerate, left trigger, brake. On the keyboard, the keys are a little bit weird. It's A and D for forwards and backwards, and W and S, and look, I've gotten used to it, but to me that doesn't really make that much sense. I would have thought W and S for forwards and backwards and A and D for accelerate and decelerate, like every other game since 1980. But that's okay. It is what it is. Jacob, hello there. Benjamin, watching stealthily with headphones to ignore my landlord coming over. Fair enough. The modelling is absolutely magic. So if you look at scenes like this one, that's just nice. I'm really happy with the way the world's been done. So hopefully you like it too, because I genuinely do like this. I've got 9 hours of gameplay in this over the last few days, and I'm still enjoying it, which is cool. But you know, I am a Thomas fanatic. Not really. I just liked him from the TV series. The original model series is when I got into Thomas. And I'm pretty sure I had the books as a kid. Jordan says, come on Paul, an express is supposed to be fast. Be fast? But you know, we've only got a mile to our next station. And I have to talk to you guys. Carter, is this standard edition? No, I'm running deluxe, so you will see James. Hipponics. Fun fact, Thomas the Tank was created in your village, MNEF. That's very cool. I should probably start thinking about slowing down, because Gordon, he takes a little while. You know, he's old. He's like me. Takes a little while to get stuff done. He gets there, but he just takes a little while. There's some little freight yards and stuff. There's a lot of new assets in this. Some have been pinched from Peak Forest quite clearly. Like the signal boxes are very clearly Peak Forest. You can go through this signal even though it's horizontal for stop because it is a distant. But you can't go through this next one, which has cleared anyway. So it's letting me know that we're going to diverge, which is fine. At least I hope this is the right signal and I'm not going to spad. Woohoo! Got it right. And we should be changing tracks now. There we go. Oh, look who's over there. Anybody think I planned this? Who's it gonna be? Now, I've turned off a couple of the markers because they turn up on top of each other and they're kind of annoying. Now I've got a new subscriber from me, SBK. This would be Emily, as he barely remembers to slow down Gordon in time. So, you can meet Emily as well. We'll deal with Emily later on. We'll take her out for a ride. Meanwhile, let's concentrate on Gordo. Because we'll do a full-length run with Gordo, and then we'll go down the branch line with Thomas. We should turn off those silly, colourful things, shouldn't I? Carter wants to see James. That'll happen. Lord Vectron says, have they modelled that massive bridge? There is a massive bridge. There's a massive suspension bridge. Come on, Gordon, you're taking too long. Get on with it. That's better. Sreeves, hello. Welcome along. I'll try and catch up with the other people. Chain Tracer Andy said it looked real when the original models were formed. Jonathan says it's more than before. Poke 3861. Does it have any music from the show? Yes, it does, but I'm not going to play that for some funny reason. When you first start the game in the title screen, it plays the original Thomas music, which is really cool, but that's like a death knell to a YouTube channel. So we will not be playing that music. The music that comes with it is stream safe. So you can record or stream with it all you want. It's made locally. Not a lot of people got on and off there, but we are in Express. Hey, Gordo. Gordo, what happens if I poke you in the nose? What do? You do this, don't you? He is a sleepy old giant. Hello, Pizza Ninja. Who have I missed? There's a few. Chocky, hello. Chocky's going to be into this, I can tell. Benjamin might have to double dip on the Steam Deck OLED version. It's sure to be better than the non-existent Switch version. The Switch version will come. Alpha Star, hello. Danny, I can't believe how amazing this looks. It is pretty cool. And this is the new game, and I should pay attention. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. There's a lot of you tonight. Off you go, Gordo. Take it out. We have a green, so it's good. Just remember, signals have to be this way, not this way. They can be a little bit hard to interpret when you're in one of the bigger spaces. Now, the backheads of these things, some of the controls are usable. If you turn on realistic controls, you can use the throttle, you can use the brake, and you can use the reverser. The throttle and brake are ganged together. So if you use them that way, it's still, to me, not really realistic. Oh yeah, hang on. I'm going to miss a gratuitous bridge shot, but we have a dead cow. No, we got animated cows. And we have other animated animals too. I will find them as we go. Bridge. Shall we look at the bridge? This is not the biggest bridge on the island, but it's a pretty good bridge. This is Toby's bridge, I think. There you go. Decent sized bridge. Hello, Train Sim World. Which one have we got? Which Train Sim World person do we have? We have Steve Austin. Where's the fat controller? We'll see him. Can you recreate Thomas trucks? Yes, you can. Benjamin turns off traffic light markers. Can't say fat controller. Of course you can. I am the fat controller. Look at this thing. I miss Stevie. Stevie the engine. If you know, you know. And if you don't, I am not explaining it. Can the speedo be hidden? Yep. You can get rid of the whole HUD if you want. And you can get rid of HUD elements if you want to too. Just like Transim World. Now, there are some elements of the HUD. Stick with the default HUD for now, because the minimal HUD, which is available, is doing some weird things, like vanishing. So, it will come. It's Jan! Hello, Jan. How are you? Jamie could be watching. You never know. As we head off to Kelsthorpe Road. I am struggling to keep up with the chat today. There's rather a lot of you. So, yes. Excuse me if I don't see your question. Chocky says, I can't put Electrostars on this one. Well, I'm sure the modders will find a way, mate, but no. Just out of interest, just to answer the question, I did try and put James into Train Sim World, because James has his own pack. But no, the game outsmarted me. It's not going to be that simple. But I'm sure the modders will come up with a way to get other trains here and get these trains into TSW. I'm sure it'll come. Modders are clever. Beats Gaming. Train Sim in the chat, yes. Benjamin says this is a standalone title. I think they plan to support it with additional DLC. I'd like to see Toby and Duck. I would not be surprised. We have not been told. But I would be very, very... I'd be unsurprised at additional DLC, and I would be very surprised if there were not. Because even... Ooh, is that... No, they're yellow. They're fine. Even if there wasn't an intention, I reckon it would come after a while. Green signal here for coming into the platform. We're coming into the right platform, fortunately, because I'm coming in a bit warm. Oh, that's what I turned off before. I want to turn off those things. That's what I want to turn off. Oop, stop too early. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Come on, Gordon. Let's do some collectibles at this station, because I haven't visited this one, so I won't have collected them. There we go. Stop, Gordon. Let's go for a quick wander. Oh, Gordon's a bit weird the way the door works. Whee. Let's avoid the people, because they're Train Sim World people. We just have to mill through on the stairs. Mill, push, shove, mill, push, shove. There we go. We're on our way. The people look strangely Amish. And there's people with lederhosen, which is weird, but that's okay. Okay, here's one of the collectibles. These paintings. This one's missing a bit, but that's okay. They turn up at a gallery at Knapford. Took me a while to find out where they went. They disappear, and I go, oh, now we're around. It took me a little while, and then I found them. Here we go. Here's another one. These little whistles. And I don't know if this station has a book, but there are also books and conductors' caps. And there are, of course, invisible walls. Now, for those of you who remember Peak Forest, all that modelling, all that effort, is it starting to make a little bit more sense now? Because I said quite a long time ago, here we go, it's Percy. With 3 Annie and Clarabelles. Ooh. He's two-timing someone. It's got someone's sister involved. I did say early on when that came out that I thought it was a prototype for something else. And now I see so many of the elements from Peak Forest are here. Time to go. Let's get Gordon out of here. If you want lighting in tunnels, all of the engines have a torch. One of them I saw it's labelled flashlight. No, I don't want to give up control. Stand in the driver's position. Lock the doors. Just make sure we do. And let's get out of here. I have to say I like the objective complete noise more on this than I do in Train Sim World, because it's a quick little, and it doesn't pause the game so long. We are going out on the up fast. Very good. Matthew Davis says you've got to wait for it to come out in PC. The wait is real. It's only a few hours. Matt Dunkley says when we are rostered together, I'm the fat controller. Fair enough. I don't know which one of us wins, to be honest. People always forget about Yarn. Oh, poor Yarn. And we've got Holy Trucker. what is the ETA each end to end? Well, watch this and you'll know. It is quite big. It's surprisingly big. The size of the island has taken me by surprise. I will quite freely admit that. I was thinking it would be something quite small, but it's not. It's quite big. So if I look through the, oh, doesn't have schedule. If we had a look at the timetable earlier, we could have looked at the finish time, but I didn't really pay attention to it. So you could rewind the stream and then you'll see. I've lost my Speedo. Where's my Speedo gone? It's because I got out and walked. Yes. You might pass that on to Jamie, Jan. Now I know how to reproduce that. If you get out and walk, you lose your Speedo. I haven't been able to reproduce that until just now. Joshua says, would not be surprised if they added in the next update or two. Lord Vectron says, narrow gauge railways as DLC will be right. Hello, Mark Moss. Pizza Ninja was very interested in this game. Was announced. I like what I see so far. I've been, look, honestly, I'm quite impressed. I know people say ambassadors are biased, but I'm biased because I like Thomas. 8. Let's just wander over here. We'll just leave Gordon doing his thing for a bit. We can see animated horses, animated cows, lots of sound effects around the farm. Can you hear the ambient noises like the cowbells? Thomas is here. Gordon's on the go now. I said, Thomas, what? Gordon. He's in full flight. He can go faster. Shall we make him go faster? Why not? There we go. No, no fireman. Jordan says, can you please take Percy out for a Patrick's Day special? Look, look. Underneath. Green shirt. We had an Irish guy at work and he goes, can you wear a green shirt? So, you're alright. Green on the distance. Let's do another watch of the gates, because these are cool. Those ones could have been shorter, but they're still cool. Calaby Road, so that was Calaby Holtz for the person who asked that question. More animated coos. It did have my bugbear with Train Sim World power lines, where the power lines just disappear into the ground, because power lines really do that, don't they? Yeah. Where's my tea? It's not even apple juice today, it really is tea. Another gratuitous bridge. There's plenty of bridges on the island. Yes, my front lamps are on, you're correct. Jabad, hello. Joshua, Kirk, Ronan Junction. Could I show the map? Sure. Be working how to zoom out. Left trigger. Whee! There you go. So the main smiley face one is the main branch line, and going up that side, that's Thomas's branch off to Farquhar. Only deliberately blurry textures, so none on the trains. I think I'll ignore what you call Gordon there, Holy Trucker. Den says, Josh says, is there a halt for Belladrina Kelby? There are halts. Wait and see which ones we get. The only low resolution animals in the game are the sheepies. I find it easiest to drive with the Xbox controller. I just find that feels quite natural. The keyboard's a little unnatural for me in the way it's implemented. I'm not quite sure how far we can get into the town. We could try with photo mode, but let's stick with the train for now. I haven't been up there yet. I don't know where that goes. I'll find out one day. The steam behaves the way it does with the Transient World steam engines. Marin, next stop. In Australia, a marin is a crab. Just saying. So we're going to stop here and Gordon's going to get crab. Benjamin says, I bought this a second it went live on Xbox, but instead I'm sat here watching you play it. Ah, here comes the magnificent bridge. Look again. Let's pull out again. I'm getting stuck on an invisible wall when I go to the external camera, but it's a big bloody bridge, and there's another big bloody bridge. There's loads of big bloody bridges. They are everywhere. As are little red tractors, they're everywhere too. Oh, we're supposed to stop here. Ah, brakes, brakes, all the brakes, all the brakes. Yeah, we've got all the brakes on. I don't know if we're stopping, but we've got all the brakes on. Let's see if we make it. Ooh. I feel this is going to be close. I'm hoping we have a coach in the platform. Oh, that signal's not red. We're actually going to do this. Wow. Well, I'm impressed. I have been looking around at the books. I've only found a couple of them. I'll show you where they go. I just saw a question on how much does it cost. Let's have a look on the Australian Steam store. Because I haven't seen Australian pricing yet, but it should be... Ah, don't play that! It should be live. Actually, it's not live yet, so no, it hasn't got costs yet. I don't have Australian costs just yet. I can look on the Xbox store, actually, because that'll have Australian costs. Hang on a tick. Let me look on the Xbox store. Actually, let me get Gordon moving anyway. Let's get that happening. Off you go, Gordo. Let's get him happening, and then I'll look on the Australian Xbox store. That'll be fast enough for Gordo for the moment while I look this up. Oops. Xbox World of... Oops. Wonders of Sodor. I keep calling it World of Sodor. That's not right. Wonders of Sodor on Xbox in Australian dollars will be... You own this, so it's not going to tell me. Ah. That's annoying. Someone who hasn't got it, could you look it up on... There we go, Lord Vectron, thank you. $47 for standard, $62 for deluxe. Which is cheaper than I thought it was going to be honest. Back with Gordo. Wellsworth is the next stop. Lamp should be on, Jordan. Platinum Nanos, overall thoughts so far? I'm giving it about a 7 as it stands at the moment out of 10. It looks really, really good. There's a couple of bits and pieces letting it down that I have reported to DTG. They are being addressed in a patch post-release. Most of them anyway. They haven't committed to all of them, but they've committed to most of them. So I think it's pretty good. I reckon it'll hit a 9 when those things are fixed. One of the things that I want to see changed is the depth of field. I want to have enough depth of field so I can read a signal far enough in front of me so that I can stop, so I don't have to run the HUD. Chucky says, I like those to control more like TSW Steam Locos and less like TSW Thomas. They are much less like Thomas, yes. So I think Thomas is getting an update to this anyway, if I remember rightly. Chain Tracer Andy, Tail Champ, you're going to bug me until I look at it. Alright, let's look. Can I look? Why can't I go behind the train? We'll make this happen. One way or another, we're making this happen. No, doesn't want to let me go by the train. We'll look at the next station. We'll look at Wellsworth. Next signal is red. Go on, Gordon. Chuck the piano out, mate. Oh, don't spad, don't spad. Clear the signal, clear the signal. Yes, that was lucky. That was lucky. We'll go look at the tail lamp after I stopped. I hope to see him get some improvements by TSG. Yeah, we'll see. I thought he was going for the turntable then. That freaked me out a little bit. Like, why? I don't know if it's got rail singing, actually. We'll have to figure that out. We'll go out ahead of the train and find out. I do like the way the semaphores change. That'll do. You can stop there, Gordon. Alright, let's go for a walk. Let's go look at the tail lamp. The PC has started ignoring my left stick. I don't know why. It's not the game, it's actually the PC is ignoring it. I think something's pinched my left stick. It keeps activating a mouse. No tail lamp. But we do have a jiggly coupler. That's as good as the tail lamp, isn't it? There you go. No tail lamp. Now you know. I think from memory there's a book at this station and I haven't collected it. It might not be this one though. Let's have a look. The books are usually slightly hidden. You have to go finding them. So they might be on a gantry or they might be in a fenced area. Or maybe I've collected this one. Oh, there's a whistle. So generally when you find a book, they're a little bit away from the train. So the books are a harder collectible to find. Actually, let's go off the end of the platform. I love the fire buckets. They're cool. Go over to the yard, go have a quick look. There are services that bring trucks in here. This looks like the shed at, I'm trying to think where it was. Where I was with you, Benjamin Didcott. Let's see if I can get up on this side of the platform. No. Can I get up on this side? Oh, the stairs. That'll do it. Right. And this is one of the other collectibles here, a conductor's hat. So that's a nod to one of the movies. Lots to look at around the yards, including a surprise toilet. Lots of machinery stuff going on. I've seen planes so far. I have not seen a Herald, but there is planes. But anybody knows the comedy company version of Thomas knows that, no, this side. Knows that Harold's evil anyway. I'm just going to unplug my Xbox controller and plug it back in and see if the left stick works now. No, my Xbox controller has died. It's probably running out of batteries or something. That's okay. We'll make do. We will make do. I'll do it with keyboard. $0.10 6 as otherwise Gordon is yelling at you. We're going to be late. Yes, that's true. Dave says, will more drivable engines be released in future updates? I imagine there could be paid DLC. Gaming 85 says I'll be buying it when I'm paid. Holy Trucker says Pink Forest assets. Yeah, I think a lot of them are. No Tail Lab says that's a shame. I don't know if that's laziness. Cat says hide and seek. Good plan. Cat and I have been known to play hide and seek. Goran Devant says the requirement's similar to TSW6. It is TSW6, so yes, basically. Kat says it looks pretty. Ben says DTG Matt would be proud. I think he's probably pretty happy with it. Vic says this looks cool. Alpha says Train Sim World, what happened to the core update patch for TSW 6? Don't know about that one. Kieran Hall says, how similar to Train Sim is this game? It's much easier, but it is Train Sim World 6 basically. Matthew Davidson, hello there. I see you retracted a message, so I don't know what it actually was. Train Sim World says you can find the full pricing list in the FAQ. Yeah, but you don't have Australian pricing in the FAQ, Jan. And it's always a little bit weird what happens here. Rob says it's not laziness. The models for normal coaches do not have tail lamps in the show. The brake coaches do. Good answer, Rob. I like it. It's weird that my controller had picked tonight to play up. My other ones are both Bluetooth, so they can't plug in. At least I don't think they can. No. Not this kind of connector. We're almost at the end of the main line. Sean Humphrey says, can't wait to get this tomorrow. You can get it now, if you're on console. Jordan says, ain't no way Harold is evil. Benjamin says he's going to go to Didcot to see McAlpine number 31. I saw a video of it. It looks pretty cool. Gav says, lol, Cat and Paul versus Hide and Seek Train Edition. Look what we've got. It's looking kind of like James. I thought James was about to spad then, and I realised that it's the other signal. It's fine. It's all good, James. Sorry for doubting you. Now, all of the rolling stock, I found a couple of my old books, and I went online and found PDFs of some of the others. The rolling stock looks pretty accurate, I have to say. The bridges look pretty good. The things you would expect to find around Sodor based on the books and the original series look pretty good to me. So I'll be really curious what people think. But, because I know there's people who are nitpickers around Thomas. There's nitpickers in every hobby, but they're certainly around with Thomas. Noah plays. Yes, you can watch the facial expressions. Once we're out of the tunnel, I'll show you. Other three. No, that three. Whee, come on. Are you gonna let me do it? Of course you are. There we go. And you can turn the lights on and off if you don't like the lights. Biggest bridges. And this is the port down below us. There's quite a few services down there. One of the shunting puzzles is down there. Holy Trucker, I actually don't think it would get boring, to be honest with you, because I'm 9 hours in and I'm still enjoying it, even though I'm going up and down the same line. Oop, that signal just cleared. That's lucky then. That's twice that's happened now. I should probably pay attention, shouldn't I? Now, one thing to watch if you're a content creator or a streamer, when the game starts up, it plays the original theme song. That will get you a copyright strike so fast, you won't have time to blink. You'll go, publish, and it'll go, copyright strike. There you go. There we are, we're in Knapford. We'll do a little explore in Knapford, and look who's down there. Should probably stop, shouldn't I? wait for this to finish and then we'll come back in free roam and we'll have a look around Knapford. And then we'll take Thomas out. Bertie is in it, Trevor's not. Steve Austin says the reason there is no Australian prize is according to Flat Earther, it doesn't exist. Well, we'd be upside down, wouldn't we? You'd like to see Edward. We don't have Edward, sadly. All right, let's continue and we will go back to free roam. And we're not going to uncouple him. We're going to get out because we're going to go for a walk. Which is going to be difficult with a buggered controller. There are some collectibles over there, but I have actually collected them. But what I want to show you here at Knapford, it's up on this side. When you collect the books and paintings, this is where they end up. So if you collect the books, there's one up there. Henry, is that a hint that we're getting Henry? Maybe. But the books go on this one. And down the other end here, all the paintings that you find turn up in the gallery here. So there's Diesel, Toby's Bridge, Windmill, one of the windmills, Percy, and Thomas with the water wheel. All right, I think I've actually got all the collectibles here, so branching out. Is that the one I wanted? Trying to think of my schedule because I actually lost a bit of paper. Oh, well, let's try it. No, I want to drive Thomas. Thomas! How long till your service departs, Thomas? Let's get in and find out. $8:14. Nah, we'll start it again and run that. Let's go back to the main menu. If there's anything people want to see, sing out, and hopefully I'll see it. Gaming, you'll have Bertie. Carter says you'll be recreating Percy and Harold. Well, Percy you don't have to create. Percy's in the game. Harold, good luck. Noah says I'll be picking this up on Thursday. Hoster666, is that Edward? Is Edward on the book? Yes. Knapford, let's get into Knapford and... Shall we do a thing? Why don't we do Thomas and Bertie? There we go.
Thomas and Bertie. One morning, Thomas was waiting at a junction when a red bus arrived. "Hello," said Thomas. "Who are you?" "I'm Bertie. Who are you?" "I'm Thomas. I run the branch line." "So you're Thomas, eh? I remember now. You got stuck in the snow. I took your passengers and Terence the tractor pulled you out. I've come to help you with your passengers today."
Grumpy
"Help
Thomas,"
me," said Thomas. "I can go faster than you." "You can't," said Bertie.
How rude.
"I can," huffed Thomas. "I'll race you," said Bertie.
Noah said he thinks he's mad at the age of 24 wanting Thomas. Mate, I'm 60.
Going ahead.
Wife's behind me.
Are you ready?
Actually, she was. She's gone to bed.
3,
She's playing World of
2,
Warcraft.
1, go! Come along, come along.
Off we go.
We're coming along, we're coming along.
Between the services, I sneak some new batteries into the Xbox controller and it's happy again. Look at Bertie go! Go, Bertie, go! Off we go to Dry Ore. I always thought that the YouTube streamer Droyar, I always thought he was this station. Bertie's out in front. Thomas isn't trying hard enough. Windmill. You notice Bertie's beaten us to this station. Yeah, new subscriber. Welcome, Gaming at 85. I should move where that text displays, shouldn't I? You can never read it. Stop! I'm glad my Xbox controller's working again now. All it took was some batteries. Loading, loading, loading. I'll catch up with the chat while we're doing this. Michael Fan says, why is it coming out so late on Steam? They always come out at 3 AM on Steam in Australia, sadly. The explanation that I've always been given is that they want the people at Valve to actually be awake. There's Bertie in the distance. He is beating us so far. And we can go through the horizontal ones when they are yellow. You can't do that with a red one. The locos, you stand on different sides based on the prototypicality, and there's Bertie again. The first time I played this, I was so late that Bertie just disappeared. It's like, go on. Come on, Thomas, you can do it. Michael Lay, hello. Nizzy says W. Alpha Star's got a bit of a crying face. Gaming cool. Michael Fan says the models look pretty good though. I'm actually pretty happy with it all up, to be honest. It is quite fun. You can see a hot air balloon in the distance there. There's Bertie. Oh, we don't stop here. Sorry, Bertie. I started to slow down, but we don't actually stop at that one. Bertie has to. Poor Bertie. Poor Bertie. It's all looking pretty nice. It's weird, the bouncing as Thomas bounces. It's like he's a pacer. Woohoo, it cleared. A lot of them clear in your face. It is so disconcerting. Stop, Thomas, stop. No, don't spin, Thomas. Oh. I didn't spad, but I failed the objective. Oh no. Let's load a checkpoint. I haven't tried save. Let's see if it works. Right. Go, Thomas, go. Get it right this time. It's already out on PS5. Chris Chuckworth. Vectron says first mod will be someone using AI to make the dialogue in Michael's voice. Could be. Or Ringo. I would hope for Ringo. Thanks, Nightbot. You're helpful, Gav. It is definitely the same game engine. It's TSW6. I was actually trying to figure out at one point whether it was TSW5 or TSW6 because early on in early access it was saying TSW5 when it started up. But I went through the DLLs. It is 6. I'm hoping Bertie gets recovered when you load from checkpoint. Because I haven't seen him running down the road. That'd be sad if we get to the end and he's not there. This is the station we run through. Yeah, the free roam is free roam with an empty world rather than free roam in timetable. But there's nothing to stop you running a service and then returning to free roam. You can do that. So you've still got the timetable running around you then. Alright, Thomas, this time you're going to stop. He's a bouncy little unit, that's for sure. I have to say its physics isn't too bad. It's not strictly train. It's probably closer to model train than train. But it's not terrible either. Ippy says the detail is incredible. Chocky says it's funny randomly popping out at places you recognise. Yes. Holy Trucker says how large is the game? It's the whole island of Sodor, but not all of the train lines on Sodor.
Please, hurry. We need to get back up to speed if we are going to beat Bertie.
So it wouldn't surprise me if in future DLCs we get routes too. This wouldn't surprise me at all. Is this the bridge that's permanently under construction? Rob Power says there are fail states in some scenarios. We added checkpoints so you can't reload after cutscenes if you fail at any point. Bob says, I see they're going by the books for the most part, but the airfield is on the wrong side of the station. There's been a little bit of artistic license in putting the world together to make it work for the game, basically. James can go to Thomas's branch line. Any engine can go on Thomas's branch line. You can take Gordon up there if you want to. Michael's model taken from TSW and edited. They are different, yes. If we go in, they have things like rivets. So they do actually look a bit different to they did. They've also got some different weathering. Windmill. Keep going, Thomas. Don't lose your nerve now. Brian says, does play like a proper train simulator or the kiddie version of DLC? You have to hold the buttons down. You don't have to hold them down. If you get to the speed you want. Come on, clear, 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 come on, clear, clear, clear. Yes! Oh, it bugs me so much that they clear in your face like that, eventually. If you slow down enough. I did get into a little bit of a stoush with Jamie over the signals. He'll forgive me one day. No Bertie to be seen. I think he's beating us. Meanwhile, I'll go visit the cows. Danger, keep away. If we go to Hackenbeck. I haven't seen the word Hasbro written anywhere, Holy Trucker. Mattel's here. Gage says, hashtag stop Thomas. You have all the Thomas videos, Michael. That's good. Bob says, James can use Parkway branch line as he's lighting up, but you see him more on the Brenton branch. We will get chucked into the cab when we go through the tunnels. I think Bertie's beaten me. I just saw the comment, if he actually Mathway Furtive in Season 5. The stations that you see in here, they're a mixture from different eras, and there's concepts from the different eras, trying to make a rounded out thing that the maximum possible people will recognise. Michael Michael says at least it's better than trains. Trying to get the Island of Sodor and pull in, that is impossible. Trains would be able to do it. Trains can have massive world maps. There's a map in trains that I know of that's 600 miles long. So you can definitely have massive ones. I'm guessing by my confusion and delay. Come on. Clear. Clear. Yes. But Bertie's probably already here. So I'm not even bothering to hurry that much, to be honest. Because there's not a chance that Bertie didn't beat me. Beep boop. I don't see a Bertie. Come on, people. In you get. Let's go, Thomas. Lady came storming out of there with her suitcase. Missed out. Poor lady. Matt says, do we get Mrs. Kindly? No. Not yet. Michael says you like the fact they added the original windmill from the classic intro. I like the classic intro best. Do you know I haven't actually tried in the snow, Holy Truck? I haven't actually tried at all. We'll see, won't we? Ah, yes. The soccer playing with a donkey referee. Pigs versus cows. Farquhar. You must say Farquhar very carefully. Alright, Thomas, you can stop there. It's all done. It's all over and done with. Bertie beat you.
We've done it. We beat Bertie.
No, you didn't.
Well done, Thomas, said Bertie. That was fun, but I think we should have another race to see if I can beat you next time.
Oh, did we beat Bertie this time? That means it can actually change, because I've lost to Bertie. That's good. Alright, let's have a look here. Percy's troublesome day. Percy! We will have a look at Percy, don't panic. I just want to go back to Farquhar. There, Farquhar. And I want to explore. Actually, let's put some snow on. Let's see. I'm not actually sure. I've not tried snow. I don't even know if it works. We'll find out. Mind you, I think I set it to June, didn't I? Oh no, there we go. We have snow. But I just wanted to come and look at Farquhar Station because it's a cool one. Superman, anyone? There's our spawn point down there somewhere. Do I see a whistle? I do see a whistle. There we go. That's the little whistle you're looking for. And I thought there was a book on this station, but maybe not. There's a painting. We'll collect that one. Thought there, where did I see a book? Thought I saw one here somewhere. I wanted to leave a book that I'd found for you guys to find. Neil TV8's been through, he's preparing a video with all the locations for collectibles, so if you get stuck, go jump into Neil's videos, because then you'll know where everything is. I was sure there was a book here, but maybe not. Maybe I've collected it. Don't know. Noah says, where's Sir Topham Hatt? Do you want to see Sir Topham Hatt? Is there a book up here? No, no book. One of the books is on the signal box. Oh well, let's go back to the map, and we will meet Sir Topham Hatt. Since you want to, that one. So if you forget and you want to learn how to drive Thomas again, you come back to Farquhar, and it's this story here. So we'll let it play through, so you can reach the Topham Hatt. Javanik says no Farquhar sheds. iLink says since when this many people were Thomas fans. Thomas is huge, man.
Hello there.
SS3 Coyote, can you imagine playing the reverse scenario of this when you play as Bertie chasing Edward? That would be fun.
Your adventures on the island of Sodor, you will need to learn how to drive.
Jordan says maybe Bertie grew wings.
And I could think of none better than Thomas.
I've done one timetable and one story, but there you go. You've met Fat Controller now.
You will be taken through every step needed to make sure.
We won't keep doing this tutorial because it's just how to drive Thomas. But you've seen Fat Controller. What we should do is, service-wise, we could do one of the shunting puzzles, or you might do Percy's Troublesome Day. We'll do this one. Percy's Troublesome Day Part 2. The controls are quite simplistic,
Percy's
Bob.
Troublesome Day.
Yes, he's the heavy controller now. I'll show you this one because you get a bit of a feel for shunting and coupling and stuff without it going on forever. So in the scenarios, it's a mixture of stories like you're watching a video, and then there's the bits that you take part in.
Oh, look who's here.
Alphonic, does the guy allowed to drive Bertie? No, we did beat him, yes. I was surprised.
Oh,
Holy
please do be
Trucker likes
quiet.
Dresden
Percy
Leipzig.
said sternly.
Carter
don't
says he
have
just
time
likes
for your
season
tricks
16.
today.
Gibby says this is beautiful to look at. Den says I got it downloaded on
We'll
Xbox.
show him
Having
some
fun, but the
tricks.
controls need sorting. I need to be able to control a train with triggers and bumpers. You can. Well, it's triggers only. And did I order yesterday's snow? Probably not. Go, Percy. Oops, I haven't put him in, given him a direction yet, have I? That one. Bonk. Now, you can have automatic coupling. I do have automatic coupling turned on. It's on by default. But go and look anyway. And then we're going to go the other way. Actually, that's something I should show you in the cab. This is one thing that does bug me. So that's backwards. That's forwards. Anybody that knows anything about steam engines knows that's just wrong. That's okay. No, not. Off you go, Percy. Pull with all your might, little fella. Jamie's in the phone box calling the Pat Controller. Yes, could be. I haven't seen Sodor Search and Rescue, so doesn't mean no, just means I haven't seen it. Jointy Sherson says no. Jordan Mayer says, did you order all yesterday's snow? I'm guessing you're guessing snow. We've seen Sir Topham. So the controls for stopping. Remember, this is backwards for you. And for accelerating, it's the other one. Percy in the unbrake stock. Good plan. Wait for a moment. Come on, little Percy. The points will switch oops, would help if I directed him correctly. The points will switch by themselves. If you can turn that off if you desire it. I've left it turned on for the moment. Keep bumping off the rocks there. SB Tech says it's a shame since the faces aren't as animated as the CGI series. They look more like the classic model series. They do. That's deliberate. That is deliberate. Most things are actually closer to the classic era than the others. But the faces are animated a little bit more than you probably think. So if I go down, let's go and watch his face. Benjamin is not the fat controller on Ozempic. Ooh. Ready to bump the trucks? Let's go! Bonk. And off we go. Actually, let's just get onto the external camera. I imagine they kept Sir Topham Hatt at Mattel's insistence, I would suggest. Go, Percy. So there's plenty to do around here at the quarry. These trucks go literally everywhere. No worries, Alphonic. Hello, Zach. Come on, Percy. Oh, Percy's locked his brakes up. Come on, stop, 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 stop. See, trucks are pushing him along. Woo, got away with it. And we've got to go via Farquhar. Off you go, Percy. Take your pushy trucks downhill. Koi Bushy, trying to get free play to work for my kid, but can't set a path. You go into the map.
Faster, faster.
Click on the engine with your controller or your mouse, whatever you've got. You got to be careful here and get on the brakes, otherwise he derails. I've derailed Percy a few times on this corner. I think I've got enough brakes on. I think he'll survive. Oh no, it's looking a bit wobbly. It's definitely a bit wobbly. Oh, no, 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 he's going to be fine. It's all good. Bloody trucks. So I'll show you how to set a path in a moment. Once we finish this one. I have got a tutorial on how to do it on my channel. There's a lot of tutorials, in fact, for Thomas. Thanks, Trainsim World. We've got Harry. Hello, Harry. No 66s. Sorry, mate. Dovetail Games DTG playing one of the stories you wrote. Ah, which person have we got on Dovetail Games DTG? As I try and break this thing before he goes over sideways. There we go, that's better. There's a book down there on the little jetty I just noticed. A pink one. And can you drive an engine into the pond at that point? I'll let you find that out for yourself. I'll just say I already know. Holy trucker, did you just say something positive? Whoa. The world has gone nuts. Remember, you can go through horizontal yellow ones. You cannot go through horizontal red ones. Tommy 4 says you need it. Dudders 666 says, let's go. How is it so far? Because it's good. Benjamin asks, why does Percy look depressed? He's got to run with the trucks. Ooh, that signal is still... Oh, no, we've got the calling on. So the little tiny arm underneath there. See the lower arm? Whee. That one's letting us come in. There you go, Percy. You've made it, old son. You're all right. We're meeting up with Thomas now. Come down low so we can see him. I'm sure Harry does play with Thomas and co. Hello, Jamie. I've survived so far. I haven't broken it.
Phew, that was close, said Percy. Now that's enough from you trucks. I've had enough trouble today. Spoil sport.
See, whoever asked about the tail lamps before, where appropriate, they do have them. And same on the vans. The vans have them too. Oh yeah, when you're near each other and there's another train, they whistle back. Only the nearest ones do it, so if you've got 3 trains next to each other, they'll all do it, but if you've got 2 more on adjacent tracks, they won't. Better actually watch the signals, eh? Off you go, Percy. I'll leave Percy trundling on his own for a moment. We do have the cows versus the pigs, with poor donkey in the middle. But they don't have a ball, so they're going to kick the donkey. Seems fair. Below says the route distances are definitely a lot more compact than I thought they'd be. They're actually pretty good, lengthwise. I think you'll find they're probably a good trade-off between length of gameplay and kids putting up with it. Am I trying to do a mat? Trying not to, no. Carter says, Transcend World, can you all add Hedward and Henry? Oh, I think we should add Toby first. Oh, the horses are animated as well, so let's pop down and visit a horse. Hello. How you doing, horse? Why the long face? Oh, we're supposed to... No, it's go via. It's alright. It's alright. I thought this was a stop, but it's a go via. It's fine. Off we go to Elsbridge. Jordan says, I'd better stay on the rails and engines don't go swimming. I'm not going to tell you whether engines can go swimming or not, because, you know, I wouldn't do that. You can find that out for yourself. So Percy's backhead as we come into the tunnel here. Should put on the torch. Percy's torch is a nice yellowish light. Some of them are a little white. Your money's on the cows to win, Ibby. Tree Sim World. No, wrong game. I do keep calling it World of Sodor. On go the trucks. Do you get the impression I might be running Percy a little bit quickly? I think he looked a little wobbly through the points there. Oh, look at that motion go. Yeah, I think I'm running Percy just a tad fast. Let's slow Percy down a little bit. I don't think that's Percy speed. Windmill. I don't know if we can get right out to it. Ooh, look, there's a collectible book at the base of the windmill. There's someone laughing. Got Percy full on the brakes. We're not slowing down much. That's better. We're getting back under control now. Jointy Sherson laughs. Impressive attention to detail, people say. Whistling would be good to say hi to other drivers in TSW. Would indeed. Ivy's channel just joined in. Hope this gameplay of the game is really good. Has been so far. Den says, so the HUD is broken. I can't see the gradients. Not having a speed limit and maximum HUD is a pain. The HUD does have some disappearing things from time to time at the moment. That will be coming up in a patch afterwards. Weirdly, it only started doing it quite recently. And don't turn on the minimal HUD, whatever you do. Leave the normal HUD on. That at least works most of the time. Oops, I've gotten myself stuck. That's better. You definitely can derail, Ibby. Yes, you can turn the train upside down. Cows will fly when pigs fly. Bob, the controls, so accelerating, which is right trigger, and I know it's backwards, and decelerating is left trigger, and changing direction is the bumpers. On keyboard, it's W and S, so W speeds up, S slows down, and A and D change directions. I should really stay over this side so I can read the signals. Yeah, we have sports field halts. We'll have a look around here while we're doing it. Another painting to collect there. And that's a yellow one, so that's fine. A little bit hard to tell in the furry suits. Noah says the windmill from the show. Indeed. Andy likes the creaking of the windmill. Ivy asks, is the game narrated like the original TV series? It is in the scenarios, but not when you're playing services. Bob says you can get a windmill similar to that from Daypol, an old Airfix kit. That'd be cool. Off we go. Off the main line. Heading down to the harbour. And for those who weren't here before, let's see if these ones open. Yep, there they go. It's a bit weird that they go through each other, but, you know, I can forgive that. Got the big farm up there. It's downhill to the harbour, so take it easy. EBH says, I've always wondered why Thomas the Tank Engine has the word tank in his name. Because he's a tank engine. Nathan says, ooh, Thomas the Tank Engine, yes. Is Elsbridge close to Knapford? Well, we can look on the map. And names on. Names on. Not zoomed in far enough to get names, I think. Knapford's up there somewhere. There's Knapford. The tank in the name refers to the fact that they don't have a tender. So they have a water tank. So Percy's water tank is wrapped around his boiler. And Thomas's water tank, he's got two tanks, one on either side. That's what the tank in the name means. So you're either a tender engine or a tank engine. The controls are really easy, Train Island Adventures. I'm not a huge fan of the keyboard controls, but the if you're using a controller, it's really simple. It is easier than the Train Sim World versions, yes. And I think they're a bit more forgiving too. Welcome to the harbour. Be careful you don't mess up stopping here. You go into water. And while pushing trucks into the water may or may not be fun, Chucky says, British Ace ran the race and Bertie won. Yeah, I've had Bertie win when I've run that. So I won this time, Bertie won last time. Guess who's down there? Oh, locked his wheels up again.
Percy arrived at the harbour just in time. Sir Topham Hatt was waiting for him. Well done, Percy. Right on time, he said. I've heard you've had quite a difficult day today. But you got all your work done and once again proved what a really useful engine you are.
As he stands there in the rain.
Oh, thank you, sir,
puffed Percy.
Spads always end it, Bob.
For all your hard work, I'm sending you to the works.
Mafia, you're watching from India and apparently I look beautiful.
Paint.
Okay.
Percy beamed with pride.
The water is pretty good. There we go. So what should we do next? Where would you like to go and look, folks? There's no specific cranky crane, but there are cranes. He is a bit chubby. So where should we go? Players Gordon. Oh, we haven't done James yet. I said we'd do James, didn't we? Let's do a James service. Oh, we haven't done Emily either. Let's do a James. Vickerstown, Knapford. That's a long one with James. Let's find something shorter. Because it's 10:30 at night here. That's too short. All right, we'll start the long one. We won't do the whole long one, and we'll swap over and we'll do an Emily, and then we'll do a Diesel. So, welcome to James with his little coaches. Hello, people. In you'll get. Go on. People want to see Tidmouth. There are various locations. Not everything's from all the series is in here. Whether they turn up in a different timeline in the future, who knows? We'll have a look around the stations. Let's do 10 minutes of James. Off you go, James. You've got the green, mate. Party on, dude. Let's put your headlights on. Proven's Gate, there you go. It's one of the stations you were interested in. Biggest bridges. I actually think James accelerates faster than Gordon does, which is funny. You can derail, yes. You can go too fast. It is quite possible. See you later, Lord Vectron. You're going to grab it tomorrow. Cool. We'll have to have a look at the map to see the total stations. I actually can't remember. There was an infographic on it, though. Actually, let me see if I've got the infographic while James is tooling along here. Let me have a look. Because I do have a folder of downloaded stuff somewhere. Go on, James. Keep going. Where did I put it? Oh, I know where it is. Keep him going. Where is the key out? Press kit, that's what I want. Waiting for that. Is it in this list? No, the list of stations isn't in the ambassador kit. Oh. I'm sure I've got a map thing somewhere. Go, James, go. Oh, someone asked before about rail singing. It's, no, we can't get in front of him too easily. You can definitely derail Nathan. James is based off the 8F. I don't think so. That doesn't look like a Jubilee. That doesn't look like a Jubilee at all. No, James is his own thing. 2.5 miles. James is based on a Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway Class 28. Thank you, Bob. Chocky says, TSD question, should they get this on Steam or stick with Epic so they're both on the same platform? I don't think it really matters whether you grab it on Steam or Epic, to be honest. King K says, look how splendid he looks. King Laylock, sorry. Ibby says, DT, you knocked it out of the park. Jointy Sherson says, what DLC do you think should come next? I'd like Toby. I want Toby. I like Toby. Nathan's definitely going to buy. Carter says, can you recreate Mystery Jack Frost? Ah, that story's in the game, Carter. Wonder of Sodor isn't even out in New Zealand. Couple hours. King Laylock says it's a likely one considering all include Brendan and there's quite a bit you can do on the branch. Gordon always looks weird. Chocky's going to keep it on Epic. Fair enough. Yeah, I think James will be a popular one. Now, remember, you only get James if you buy the Deluxe Edition, but you can buy James separately as well. They're also bouncy. Etel Vincardozo wants Henry. Yes, Henry's not in the game, sadly. Poor Henry. Why do I want Henry in the game? Because I want to put him in a tunnel. Oh, I thought we'd track change there, but we didn't. See you later, Ibby. Yeah, I won't be streaming too much longer because it's 10:30 here and I've got to be at work at 8 o'clock. Croven's Gate, next stop. Further, James, further. There's a man in a bowler hat. You're nearly there, James. You're nearly there. There you go. Croven's Gate. Nice little village it sits in. I do like the bridge. They've done a really good job with the glass too. and see how things reflect in the glass. That's missing in Trade Sim World locos, so it'd be really cool to get the reflections back. Just saying. Wait until 1710? Ooh, maybe we should get out and explore properly. Actually, let's leave this one and we'll do an Emily. So we'll jump out of here and let's go and do a Emily. So if we start up this end, Henry's Town, we should be able to get an Emily here out of Vickers Town, I would think. So there's Jack Frost, Carter Asher, just for you. And explore. Actually, let's do an explore one where we'll plonk Emily on the track. So let's spawn a train. We want Emily and 4 red coaches. Go. Plonk. I didn't actually check which way out of here it is. But anyway, that's fine. So then if we jump in here and we'll set a path, because someone asked about that before. So we go into the map, click on the locomotive and say set path. I'm facing backwards. All right, we'll drive backwards then. I don't care. And we'll go up here. We'll go to this station here. Confirm. And now we're going to go backwards. Ready to watch Emily drive a train backwards? Because I put it in the station in the wrong direction. Off you go. Emily is a sterling single. Very quick, not very powerful. Ah, I went the wrong way. That's okay. Anyway, we've seen Emily now. Nah, we'll do a timetable with Emily. Kronk. So people who are asking about stations before, let's have a look at them all. There's Farquhar Quarry, Farquhar, Hackenbeck, Maithwaite, Elsbridge, the Sportsfield Halt, Drogheda, Knapford, Tidmouth, Tidmouth Sheds, Knapford Harbour. We've done that one. Crosby, Henry's Forest, Wellsworth, Marin, Cronk, Kildane, Whispering Woods, Kelsthorpe Road, Croven's Gate, Ballahu, Henry's Tunnel, Vickerstown, and Vickerstown Yard. So I'll grab a service out of here and we'll do Emily, and Vickerstown, Knapford. We won't go all the way though. Let's do snow because I did get asked for that. Full snow. Notice it's in the middle of summer, but we can have snow. We've done a Percy, Bertie. I'm trying to get them all done, basically, so I can go to bed. Unlock the doors. My, would have been... So, people who asked about the tank before, so Emily's got a tender. So, she is a tender engine. That just means she's better to eat. Don't they look uncomfortable sitting there all together like that in their little blank area? Where'd you come from? It's so good not to see a baseball cap, isn't it? Yeah. Let's get the doors closed. We've got the green. Let's go. Off you go, Emily. Show us what you got, princess. I'm playing on PC, Brody. Because I have an early access one on PC. I also have it on Xbox, but I haven't installed it on Xbox yet. Benjamin says, Emily must be positively ancient. Yes. Little old lady. Den says it definitely needs a save function. I'm kind of in two minds about that, to be honest, Den, whether it needs save or not, because I think the longest service is like 45 minutes or 48 minutes or something like that. So, each to their own, I guess. For me, that's a short enough time that I wouldn't need to save, but I do get that people might want to. Particularly kids who might want to run part of a service one day and then they lose the care factor and they go do something else. I did get my 2.5-year-old neighbour to have a go at this, and he did all right, but you know, his attention span didn't last long. He did like Crashing Thomas though, I have to say that. See you, Chucky. Hope the bunnies are good, mate. I haven't done Diesel yet, no. Diesel's the only one I haven't done now. I've done all the other engines. So we'll do a Diesel service. And after a Diesel service, I'll probably call it quits because it is getting quite late here now. It's almost 11 PM. And there we see that thing that power lines never actually do. They just disappear into the ground. Yep. Nope. Doesn't happen, folks. I don't know who it is at DTG that puts power lines into the ground, but I really wish they wouldn't. Benjamin said, Emily's tender, you might need to be gentle with her. Oh, what a horrible joke. But I'll put up with it. Bob says, I noticed how they put passengers in the guards compartments. Why not? No spads. No, there's definitely spads. It is a separate game, yes. It's basically a copy of Train Sim World, but with Thomas. And the snow has disappeared, yes. That's because we're in June, it melted. Gaming says, can you do Thomas down the mine? Can you? You can take Thomas into the quarry. There's no mine to drive Thomas into, no. Well, not that I've found. I don't think so. Emily, my guess, is included for political correctness, so there's one girl engine. Brody says, I like the new details in some of the new engines, and plus the rest of the original Thomas and Diesel on TS5. Dark Heart's Horn says, greetings, seems like today will be the day, huh? Nice to meet you, Train Simulator. Nice to meet you as well. So we drive Emily. I'm trying to find out how fast Emily will go, because I've never tried to push it at a limit. We'll have to be careful though, because we have to stop. Wrong quarry. Gav says, someone must love putting them in the ground just to annoy you, Paul. I know you would say something. Yeah, it's quite possible. I did once have a conversation with Will, who's one of the engineers on the game. And he saw one of my videos where I sat down and had a conversation with a passenger, and he goes, what would you do if one day they answered you? And I was thinking, you bastard, you're going to do it, aren't you? The lead mine should be near Droyos, that's where Awdry put it. Don't know if it's been included. I don't think so. I don't think so, because not everything on the island's in here. As yet, is what I would say. Brody says I walked it as pretty good details in the new Thomas. Yeah, I'm quite liking the way it looks. And it looks like Emily is actually pretty quick. If I had to guess, I'd say that was about 100 kilometres an hour. But she's got a bouncy tender like James. Yeah, I'm a fireman, Puffing Billy. I do get to drive sometimes. In fact, if you have a look at the channel that I did a post about, I think this morning or yesterday, he will soon put up a video with me driving. That sounds like a triple. Interesting. I wonder if it is. Gab says, I wouldn't put it past Will to do something like this, or me, Liam, or James. Should definitely do it. Because that would be just so funny one day. There's lots of good shunting possibilities around the place, and all this trackage is properly connected. There is some track that's actually not connected to anything. I haven't tried putting a train on that yet. I haven't had time. But it's certainly something I encourage you to try. Because there's one thing game developers love, it's game players who do the unexpected. Looks like a pottery kiln, that place, or a brick kiln maybe. It's a really interesting motion with that one massive rod. You gotta love the jointed rail sounds, all the clickety-clacks. And they're much more audible at low speed, like they should be. Alrighty, we'll stop Emily here and we'll go and find a diesel service. And then we'll run diesel for about 10 minutes. There we go. That's Emily. Oh, isn't that cute? She smiles. It's got different smiles. Alrighty. Diesel time. Let's find a quick, diseasely one. The shunting puzzles are a lot of fun, by the way. I definitely encourage you to get into one of those. Tidmouth Quarry. Or Tidmouth to Anofa Quarry. Alright, we'll do this one. Oh, actually, no. Anofa Quarry to Knapford. We haven't been to Tidmouth, have we? Let's actually do this one. 5 AM. Well, that'd be light. I suppose so. It's June. Should be. Brody wants to know what engine I would like to drive the most. So we've got nothing on diesel at the moment. All right, let's go. Oh, he's still got the big puffs of exhaust. Actually, sounds a bit better. Now you got to be careful here because it's really easy to spad coming out of here. There are some or at least one double-header scenario Come on, uncover the signal. There we go, we've got a green. Green, go. Do we have the disc? I think that one's for me though. So I don't think I need this disc. I think we're okay. I know what you're talking about, and I can't yet because it doesn't actually work yet. That's coming. What Benjamin's asking about is the ability to set the faces when you're inside the cab. And that is not yet there, sadly. We're actually going the right way. Oh yeah, I am. All good. Like the glass. Before we get into the tunnel, where's his torch? Has he got one? Oh, he's probably got a real light, hasn't he? Does he? Yes, he's got a real light up there. Is that my signal? I hope that's not my signal. Because it's red. Oop, no, it just went green, so it probably was my signal. Ivan's pretty happy. Benjamin says no stove for making breakfast on. Look at your shunting engine. Bob says will probably be added in future. Same with Skarloey Railway, Pure Godred Branch and Millsbred Branch. Look, I really hope they do expand Sodor. I imagine that it needs to sell, but I can't imagine that it wouldn't sell. Because even with the things that I've pointed out that aren't quite right, when you compare this to all of the other Thomas games that we've had over the years... Yeah, I'm going around a curve. That's why the distance is going up, Steve. See, we were up here somewhere, and our distance to Farquhar, which is wherever it is up here somewhere, way up there somewhere, was about 4 miles, but now it's gone up because I've come all the way down here and now I'm heading back up the curve again, so we'll start going down again now. The distance is a direct straight line, not following the track. So we'll see our distance start to come down now. I like what they've done with the couplers. That's cool. Diesel and the windmill. I see lots of screenshots in our future. Ben Baker says selling is one half, smoothing things like controls and camera controls, and other things is the rest. I'm very hopeful. I don't think the camera controls will change very much. The in-game keyboard controls, I pushed really hard for those to change. I did not succeed. So I wouldn't hold out that the keyboard controls will change, but it is really usable on the controller. The realistic controls aren't very, in my mind. I've tried both this way. This is the default way, and using realistic controls. With the realistic controls, when you turn that on, you can actually use the handles for things, but they're still gang together, so to me it's still not realistic. And I think I'd rather just play it this way, but you know, other people will probably find the other way and they'll be quite happy. You can see our distance is going down now. You can see the hot air balloon in the distance. Brody says, do you have a fireman next to you inside the cab? No, you don't. There's no attempt to put a fireman in. It's just drivers. Which I think is actually right by the Thomas series, because I think only in the American ones did they ever have two people in the cab. And it's not that unusual for really small engines to actually run with a single person. An engine like Gordon wouldn't do it. He does get some different expressions on his face. Ow. Smacked in the face with a signal. Well, I'm hoping that's what we're going to go and do. I'm hoping we're going to go to the quarry and get some trucks, because, you know, it's a long way to drive just to not do that. Oh. Whoop. I'm out of the world. I'm out of this world. I better not stay that way round, because if we miss the signal, we're stoofed. I haven't heard the trucks sing. They talk. Only in scenarios, though. They don't talk in services. So in track mileage, this was probably about a 6.5 mile trip. Trotters! There's a little bloke in there cranking the big wheel. I'm staying outside the cab most of the time so you can see the route, by the way. I've seen diesel with and without numbers, Brody, so I'm not sure. Four little engines. Oh, welcome to the subscriber, Ivy Kelly. I've got that book. Get wheelies. Wheelie. This is the only one you get to sit down in. Bob says, had I been writing this, I would have been singing Diesel bumps the trucks too hard. That would be a fair thing to do. Suggest it. I think there's only about half a dozen books, Bob, for the collectibles. There's not that many. Almost at Farquhar. His speedy diesel. He's not the fastest engine in the world. This has had 1,937 views. That's a lot. Thomas is popular, what can I say? Bob met Christopher back in 2002 at a Thomas event in the National Railway Museum. That's really nice. There's a lady who comes onto this channel quite a lot, who's an Awdry relative. So I can't wait for her to see this. Wake up, town of Farquhar. It's your own fault for being called Farquhar. I don't think Wilbert's included, Brody. Straight through Farquhar, out the other side to the quarries. We won't visit the sheep because they're the same old boring TSW sheep. Clear the signal, clear the signal. Oh, no. I thought we were going through there, but clearly not. No, we're still going to just do it again, aren't we? I don't think I'm going to be able to make him stop somehow. Let's try. I think we're just going to stack him over and over again. Yep. What a way to end on. But that will be the end, because it is getting quite late here now. It's 6 minutes past 11 p.m. So I will just call that one a failure at the end there, I think. But anyway, thanks very much for watching, folks, and joining in on this. I'm looking forward to what people create with this. I'm looking forward to seeing people play. I think they're going to have a lot of fun. And I think enjoy. Let me know what you think. I've put up a whole heap of tutorials for different things. I hope they're useful. That go via would be helpful to move a little bit, Rob. Yes. Yeah, I'll send Jamie a link too. What was I going to say? I did have an idea for SPADs, Rob. If you SPAD in the game, because I know we can step forwards and backwards in time in photo mode, if you stepped back in time to just before the SPAD and put the train on the track stopped. I know you couldn't do it in TSW because of the giant timetable, but this thing doesn't have giant timetables. There's not that much moving, so I think it would be possible. But anyway, I think that'll do for today. Let me know what you think of it. I am genuinely interested to see what people think of Wonders of Sodor. And I got its name right this time. I got its name right. I think you'll particularly enjoy the music that plays when it starts up. It is the original series music. If you are a content creator or a streamer, do not let that music play on your stream or in your videos, because you will get whacked very, very quickly by Mattel. It's automated. It happens immediately. It happens while you're uploading. It warns you and says, hey, you sure you want to upload this? But anyway, that's okay. This music is fine though. This is stream safe. It's not a problem to have this going off in your videos. Anyway, enjoy yourselves, and we shall see people very soon, and I'll see what people create, see what people can manage to put together themselves. I think people have opportunities to create stories with this thing, and I think they probably will. I think we'll see a lot. Alrighty, have fun, folks. It's been a pleasure having you all in. It's been brilliant going through World of Sodor with you. So have fun, enjoy yourselves as always, like and subscribe, and we shall see you later. Bye now.